Okay, so this video we're going to get back to basics here. We're going to be making a little farmhouse, or two farmhouse end tables. They're going to be all white frame, even the bottom shelves are going to be white with weather gray tops. Just basic farmhouse tables. Instead of my upside down V's I usually do, I'm going to be doing X's on the sides. This is the match coffee table that client already has from somebody else. So we're going to just try to make it match as much as they have on their house now. All right, so let's go. Like I said, back to basics. Very simple. Nothing fancy. We'll set our stop block. These dimensions are going to be, let me double check. They're going to be 24 by 24 by 24. So our legs are going to be 23 inches high. With the top will come out to 24 inches. So we'll set our stop block. I have not been making as many of these tables lately as I have in the past. The farmhouse isn't as popular, which is fine. So next we're going to set our table saw to 2.5 inches in width, a little over. So we're going to still run through the planer, and then we're going to cut them to our rough width for each leg. So they're going to be 23 inches high, just over an inch thick, and they're going to be 2.5 inches wide. All right, let's go. Okay, so here we're going to get our width and our length of our stretchers and aprons here. So I want these to sit about 22 inches roughly. So our front stretchers will be 19 and a half. And then our side, we'll write that down, 19 and a half. And our sides will be 17. Write that down. So now we know what our stretchers and aprons are going to be. It's the easiest way to do it. Alright, so we'll set this 19 and a half. Mark this. We're going to rip this down, obviously, so we'll leave this crappy side. We're going to tear this sap oil out here. So set our stop block. Okay, so now we have our frame pieces cut to our width and length. We're going to run these all through the planer now, getting down our final thickness, and also we're going to smooth out these saw blades. So we're going to run them upright, run them through the planer first, and then we're going to run them, face up, face down. So it's getting nice and smooth down to the final thickness. All right, let's go. Okay, so now we have everything ready for joiners. And the next step is going to be we're going to run everything either to the router table or use the little trim router. We're on a chamfer on each edge for the legs and frames, bottom, tops, fronts and backs, and we're going to run the chamfer on each one. So I'm debating, I might just use a router table. But either way, you could do either one. If you have a trim router, just put a chamfer in there, or you just run it with the router table. All right, let's go. Okay, so we're going to lay a little blanket out. We're going to sand all these pieces now. We're going to sand on 80 grit. We have a chamfer on each one. We have the pocket screws in, or pocket holes, I'm sorry. And now we're ready to sand. We're going to start with 80 grit, and then we're going to do an assembly. Then after that, we'll sand up to 120 grit, maybe a little higher. We'll go 100, then 120, maybe a little higher, depending on how it looks, because we're going to be painting these. But this video, we're really just going to be building these. That's the idea. All right, let's go. Okay, so everything's sanded to 80 grit. So we have a chamfer, we have our pocket holes. So we're ready to start getting these ready to assemble now. So we're going to use some pocket screws, some glue, and some clamping with a square, speed square, and a regular square, and just some light pressure. All right, with an impact driver. Let's go. Okay, so now I'm going to assemble these frames. I'm using a little simple clamp. I obviously have my stretchers and aprons, my legs. Also have these little spacers here. Obviously an impact driver, a square, some glue, some screws, and also a little speed square that will set my toe kick. So that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to start assembling these. We're going to use this, the parallel clamp, this little simple clamp here. We're not going to clamp down, we're just going to hold down since these won't sit well like that. Kind of going to sit like that. So putting a clamp here won't do it any good. So we're going to kind of squeeze them together and then hold down, pressure down. All right, let's go. frames built. So usually I would start with the all the trim for the bottom shelves, brackets, cleats, the upside down V's or X's, and the bottom shelf. But right now we're going to go with the top. So I changed my mind. I decided to go with the 5/4. I definitely had enough, and some. And I have enough for 4/4 for the bottom shelves. Looks like, or even some 5/4. I'll just have to mill down. But yeah, I have enough for these two tops. We're gonna run through the planer one pass at least. Skip plane. They're pretty smooth, and then we're really gonna sand them aggressively when we after we laminate. All right, let's go. We drill some holes. These are going to be for bottom cleats to hold the bottom shelves on the table. So now we're going to do our X. So we get a general idea. It's not something I normally do. I usually do it upside down V. So we get a general idea. That's what we need here. About 22. We'll do one across, and then we'll do two staggered pieces. Like I said, that's not something I normally do. I normally do an upside down V. This is a little different. It has to match a coffee table they already have previously, so we're going to try to match it. All right, let's go. It's too big, so we're going to cut a little more off. Right about there. Stop lock. There we go. All right, a couple more. 11, 16th. so now we're going to do a rough cleanup of these tops. We're going to do sanding, then we'll cut down the final length. We're going to start with 60 grit, go up to 80, 120, then we'll stain these eventually. But right now, for this purpose, we're just going to be cleaning these up, and then we'll cut them down to the final dimensions. All right, let's go. All right, so let's get our bottom shelves. We'll measure these out. Be 19 and a half. Make sure. Half. 19.78. So 3 6.25 inch pieces at 19 and a half. Okay. Let's cut up some wood. The idea of the C-clips is to put this little groove here. You could either use a table saw, you could use a domino, or you could use a biscuit joiner. I like to use the biscuit joiner I set for the height. And these just kind of slide in there. It lets the table move, if need be, over time. So we'll go back and forth just like this. Typically you want to put them on the ends here, just like that. This allows for wood movement. It won't hopefully rip your glue joint over time if you get a lot of moisture or humidity or anything like that. All right, this order's almost done.